Welcome everybody to Purple Ace Podcast. I am your host who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. Vikings, they fall now to 4-6. They lose to the Chicago Bears 19-17. The Vikings now are 1-4 at US Bank Stadium at home. This was absolutely a gut-wrenching loss. This was absolutely heartbreaking, man. That it hurts. But to say the very least, the Vikings had a chance to keep their season alive and possibly make the NFC North more interesting if after the Vikings would win against Chicago Bears. And you would make it interesting for yourself. You'd only be a game behind. But now, you lost. Season is over. It's over. So, the defense, I don't really blame them at all. They weren't perfect, sure, but again, you only held them to 19 points. 19 points. I thought the secondary played probably their best game of the season. And, the 7 front, they got after Caleb Williams constantly. I feel like they done the best that they could to give this team the win. It's just only a matter of time before they get gassed out. So, I can't really blame the defense for this one. And I thought the offensive line, they did a great job. They were fantastic. The offensive line was great. They gave JJ McCarthy plenty of time, and they gave the running backs the room that they needed. And the running backs, they played awesome. 5.2 yards per carry. Both Aaron Jones and Jordan Mason were fantastic. And they were fantastic. So, and I thought, if you want to pin this on KOC, I guess the reason why is because you only scored 3 points through 3 quarters, and you're 1-4 at home, so, there's that, but I feel like, though, he didn't call that bad of a game, really. I felt like he ran the ball when he needed to, in scoring positions when he absolutely had to run the football. He did exactly that. I thought he did a good job doing that. So, hard to blame this one on KOC. I've been very critical of him and all that. Rightfully so, we've all been critical of him. But, you got to give credit where credit is due. I don't think I'm going to blame him for this loss. So, but there are 3 main reasons why you lost this game. Starting off with special teams. Matt Daniels, what the heck was that? On the last possession, after the Vikings went up 17-16 to take the lead with under a minute left. And what does the special teams do? And I don't blame Will Riker for not kicking it in the back of the end zone for a touchback. I don't blame him. Because I get the idea of what he's trying to do. Is because the Bears start at their own 35. The players have to make plays. But simply what happened was the Vikings, a kick coverage, gave up a 50-plus yard return for the Chicago Bears right at Minnesota's 40, and that's all they needed to win the game. Essentially, that's all they needed, because they were only down by 1. Special teams gave up a big play like that. To give up a big play like that is inexcusable. So Matt Daniels, dude, I don't know what was going on there with you, man. So, special teams, they lost you this game too. And I don't care if it's Will Riker or Miles Price. They're great. I get it that they're great, but when you lose the team the game, when it alters it, that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable, man. So special teams, Matt Daniels, you lost this team the game. Drop passes on offense. Several drop passes. 5 drop passes as I saw on the game against the Chicago Bears. Justin Jefferson had a drop pass. Jordan Addison had a drop pass. Catch the football, you two. I mean, you're one of the best receivers. I absolutely love you guys very much, but you got to help out your rookie quarterback by catching the football. TJ Hawkinson, he's only good for so many drops. I mean, how many times have I've seen every game? This is a weekly thing where he's dropping passes. It's at least one every single game. If you're doing nothing but dropping passes as a tight end 1, we can't have that. When needs to be healthy, Josh Oliver needs to be the tight end 1. And TJ Hawkinson, he needs to sit on the bench as a tight end 2 if he's only good. If he can't catch the football, because at least Josh Oliver, he got better at catching the football, at least. So, what good is it that you only drop passes, dude? Inexcusable to be dropping passes like that. And Aaron Jones had a drop pass too. I don't know who else had a drop pass, but bro, drop passes were also the kryptonite for JJ McCarthy. But let's get to JJ McCarthy. That doesn't excuse that craptastic performance that we saw out there. You had 16 of 32, 150 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. And before he had that game-winning touchdown drive, he had a quarterback rating of 22. 22. That is low level of number right there. And both the interceptions, the first one where it was in double coverage to Justin Jefferson, where there was a safety and a cornerback. He threw it right there. Safety comes up, interception. The Bears turned that into 3 points. And then the very next one, Justin Jefferson was wide open. He beat one of the cornerbacks. He was wide open for a touchdown, but instead he threw it. He did not have power on the football. That turns into an interception in the red zone. And if he's not throwing interceptions, he's missing wide open receivers, throwing to the wrong guy. He's lucky. And if we're being real, he is very lucky to not have 3 interceptions last night. He's very lucky that an interception wasn't picked off. It was just dropped by the Chicago Bears. You can't have that, man. And also, most notably, he also had batted balls at the line of scrimmage. He has been doing this for far too much, and it's become far too frequent for batted balls at the line of scrimmage for JJ McCarthy. Which JJ McCarthy, that was a bad, and that is another reason why you lost. And the offensive line gave you so much time. You weren't pressured. You were barely even pressured. You know how many sacks you got? You know how many sacks JJ McCarthy had? 0. 0 sacks. And you just weren't comfortable. You were erratic with the football. You were all over the place with it, but on target. So, I mean, I'm not saying this dude is a bust. JJ McCarthy, he is a bust. Oh my gosh. That was a waste of a pick by Kwesi. We shouldn't have picked him. No, I'm not ready to write it off because 2 things can be true. It's his 5th career start, but at the same time, we've seen no progression from JJ McCarthy. And I mean, we already know Kevin O'Connell. We know who he is as a play caller. It's gonna continue to be the same thing. And I honestly don't have the energy to get mad at Kevin O'Connell anymore, really. But anyways, so for JJ McCarthy, I mean, if we see next to nothing for this season and the next season when Kevin O'Connell most likely gets fired, then no excuses. You're going to be a journeyman backup quarterback when your rookie contract is over. You cannot continue to do this because all you have to do is make plays. We could see through Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, they're making plays in their rookie season, in their first year starting. You could at least say there is something there. There's definitely something there with this team or with this quarterback. You could say that about them. But what you can't do if you're in your first career start is show nothing. Instead, when you don't make plays, you're doing nothing. You can't have that, my man. You can't have that. Otherwise, you're going to be auditioning for 31 different teams as a journeyman backup quarterback. And you looked more like that, a backup journeyman instead of a starting caliber quarterback. And that's not what you need. You need to be better, JJ McCarthy. Straight up, man. So, season's over. I mean, you dug yourself a deep hole, honestly, for 4-6 right now. You would have to win a lot of games in order for things to go in your favor, but based upon what I'm seeing right now, I just don't see it happening right now. I don't see it. So that one hurt, man. That definitely hurt. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skull Vikings.